And you were listening to you're watching the 123 on YouTube, Twitch, and the Gaming Fix channel on Facebook. And today I'm going to, it's been a while since we've been on, but it is close to 4, as close as we could get it. Oh, we are running a little bit later than I was planning on. Did try and start this up at 4, but unfortunately, I forgot about all the work that I needed to do to set up the stream, and as far as all the cool color things. Basically, everything is now looking pretty much the way it's going to look, except for the XSplit VCam. Eventually, we might have the 123 logo instead of the... so there's some things like that, but if you want to help out with that, you can always buy a t-shirt from TeePublic, and I'll link a little later, or Patreon, or any of those things. And a little bit of bleed through the background. Hopefully that's not going to get too much of a problem, but if it is, then we'll have to fix that up. So let's start with what we always start with, and that is the wrestler of our superstar of the week. We should change of the week. That would kind of be better, because I always use the term superstar just because, not because of the WWE thing, but more because it just seemed respectful. But at the same time, wrestler is a very important one. And I need to get a better list of my wrestlers, which I sometimes forget, so I will veer very far off where I know, oh no, I never talked about that person. So today, let's talk about Robert Anthony Fish. Was born October 27th, 1976, and is a wrestler currently signed to All Elite Wrestling. He is best known for his time in WWE, where he performed on the NXT brand under his real name. Fish was a member and co-founder of the Undisputed Era and is a former 2-time NXT Tag Team Champion, alongside his former tag team partner, Kyle O'Reilly. Fish is also well known for his appearances with Ring of Honor from 2013 to 2014, where he wrestled one half of the tag team Red Dragon. Also with O'Reilly, and held the ROH World Tag Team Championship 3 times and the ROH World Television Championship once. He is also known for his appearance in Japan, both for Pro Wrestling Noah and for New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he held the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship twice. Robert Anthony Fish was born in Albany, New York, and is the youngest of 3 children to Richard and Ann Fish. Fish's father worked as a firefighter in Albany and was a former U.S. Marine. He grew up near Central Avenue. Fish attended Colleen Central High School, where he played as a linebacker for the football team. He then played football at Hudson Valley Community College before moving to Siena College during his junior year. He graduated in 2000 with a bachelor's degree in English, becoming the first member of his family to graduate from college. He previously worked as a bartender and also returned to his former high school as a substitute teacher while working independent events on the weekends. In 2012, he was about to take a job at a Target distribution center in Wilton until Ring of Honor offered him a contract, continuing his wrestling career. Bobby Fish made his pro 2002 after training with Tony DeVito and Harley Race. He competed for several of the Northeast promotions under the names Jerk Jackson and Madden Fisher before settling on the name he continues to use, Bobby Fish. He made his debut for Ring of Honor on October 2nd, 2004, where he teamed with Scott Cardinal and lost to the Rebels Army. He'd be utilized as a jobber for ROH for the entirety of his appearance. Fish wrestled for Unplugged for the majority of his early career, making his debut in February of 2005. He formed a partnership with Scott Cardinal, with whom he had wrestled many times on the Northeast Indie circuit. On May 20th, he and Cardinal defeated 3 other teams to win the vacant PWU Tag Team Championship before vacating them in September. After returning from his first tour with Noah, Fish returned to the Northeastern Independent Circuit and continued to compete there. With Noah tours, Fish wrestled for New England Championship Wrestling regularly between the early years of Noah. In April 2007, he defeated DC Dillinger by disqualification in a match for the NECW Undisputed Triple Crown Championship, but failed win the title. Fish took part in the Iron 8 2007, making it the finals where he lost to Eddie Edwards. Fish returned to ROH, Born Again, with a loss to Claudio Castagnoli, or as he's called now, Cesaro. Teamed with Matt Cross at Final Battle 2007 in a loss against the Vulture Squad, Ruckus and Jigsaw, and appeared in several matches on Ring of Honor in 2009. In 2000, as one of the participants scheduled to wrestle on the first Evolve Wrestling show. On January 10th, 2010, he performed in the opening match at Evolve, in which he lost to Kyle O'Reilly via pinfall. Fish first toured Japan in 2006 with Pro Wrestling Noah, making his debut in May 19th, 2006, defeating Atoshi Aoki. For a number of years, Fish toured with Noah at least once a year, sometimes enjoying several tours a year. In 2010, and Eddie Edwards lost to Ricky Marvin and Taiji Ishimori in the semifinal of the GHC Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship Tournament. Fish participated in 2011's Global League, gaining only 4 points, and in 2012, Fish Edwards participated in the NTV G Cup Junior Heavyweight League, again gaining 4 points. From April 17th to the 21st, 2013, Fish and Edwards took part in the 2013 Global Tag League, where they won one of their 4 matches, failing to advance from their block. In 2012, Fish debuted in Ring of Honor, where he formed a tag team with Kyle O'Reilly named the Red Dragon. On March 2nd, 2013, the Briscoe brothers for the ROH World Tag Team Championship. They successfully defended the championship against Alabama Attitude that same month and retained it in the Best in the World 2013 in June in a 3-way match against CNC Wrestle Factory and Scum. They lost the title to Forever Hooligans. On July 27th, they regained the title from the American Wolves. And on August 17th, throughout the remainder of 2013, Red Dragon successfully defended the championship against teams including the CNC Wrestle Factory, the Forever Hooligans, the Outlaw Inc. in 2014, and they retained the championship against Adrenaline Rush at the 12th anniversary show before losing the title on March 8th to the Young Bucks. So that is a lot about Bobby Fish. And then, of course, he was very prolific in NXT, and then he was just let go. Whatever it would have been 90 days, and showed up in AEW and has since wrestled Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, and his first match was with Sammy Guevara. I'm going to turn around here and take a look and see. I watch Elevated during the show, so that way I can give you a little bit of what's going on. And it looks like we have FTR just retained their AAA, their AAA World Heavy or Tag Team titles, and I don't know who it was against because I just turned to look. Now we have she has a record, by the way, of 35-5, which is pretty good. And she's going against it's Ty Conte still. And I won't use the term jobbers with the person that they go against because a lot of times those are also very much in Dark Elevation. So you can't really call them, well, I mean, they don't win often. And, oh, okay. Someone totally new. She's going against LMK. So I'll try and keep updated on that as we keep talking on the show. So some things I was going to talk about today as we have to go into the monotony of Raw. It's 3-hour drudgery. I'm going to talk, of course, about the results of the week. And so I guess the first one we should start with. Okay. I don't know which one went under. I guess we'll find out. I guess it's not. It got fixed. All right. So also we have. I'm trying to think. I guess what I'm going to talk about first is AEW Dynamite. So AEW Dynamite was on its normal time, which is great. But I do have a little bit of a complaint, and that is that I don't feel like it was made very clear that Dynamite was going to come on my channel or available to the West at 5:00 p.m. And because of that, I ended up missing it. And then when I was trying to watch it on demand, it was kind of a problem because the way that it works is you have to watch the whole thing and you can't fast forward through it, which is fine the first time around. But I missed some, and I wanted to go back, and it was like you have to watch matches again, and I was not really too happy about that. So we had look in here, Sammy. Ty Conte beat LMK pretty handily. It looks like it was about a minute. And now we have Best Friends going against the Acclaimed. And Serpentico. Wow, weird. Okay, that's a combination. Well, he's nice and silent. And one thing that Serpentico knows with that is that he's not going to get thrown around, which is always nice. But I watched that. I didn't see all of it, but I did see some of the really good match. I did see. What did I see? Now I'm trying to remember. Some good matches. Saw the first match. I may need to run a refresher here. But one thing obviously is there's been a controversy, and I don't know if Jim Cornette, who I do watch and support, especially because I like to find out about the history. Sometimes when he comes down on AEW for no reason, it does bug me, or for specific, like he was up with AEW, but it seems like he doesn't want them to use the rest of their talent, and I think that that's a bit of an ask, or not to use Orange Cassidy, even if they're using Orange Cassidy in a way where he's not acting like a mascot, he's not acting silly, and then he still seems to have a problem with it. But I'm kind of curious as to what Jim Cornette's issue would have been with the Ghostbusters angle. And feel free if you want to voice your opinion on the Ghostbusters angle, because I would love to talk about that. Actually, I don't have that activated. Let me activate the chat here. That overlay is on, so if you want to say something, feel free. I'm gonna try and find the Dynamite results here. Third, is that probably right? Yes, right. We'll go with that. Oh, that's right. That was the 23rd. Wait, that wouldn't have been this week, would it? Hold on, maybe that's not the right one. I don't think that's the right one. It would be the this is October. That's why. All right, so October 23rd. That was a Saturday. So yeah, so it would have been the 27th. Let me find it here, everybody. 7th. But while I am waiting, I can always go and give the rundown here. Oh, Orange Cassidy just got foiled. He was holding down Serpentico, and it looks like Anthony Bowens interfered. But there he goes. Orange Cassidy just knocked down Bowens, and there goes Max Caster grabbing Orange. Orange is very awake now, and he's wrestling different. I just don't understand what the problem is. But and if you feel like you do, and you're like, oh well, you're just not getting it or whatever, feel free. Feel free. Like if you, that's cool. And if you're like, I don't like Jim Cornette. I don't know why you talk about Jim Cornette. Whatever. I mean, I happen to follow and watch Jim Cornette's programming. If you don't, that's cool. It's all good. Okay, so we had okay. looking here. Okay, so we had it was Shida versus Deeb, which clashed the first time earlier this month. That was a good match, and the winner this time was so that was a Shida win. Then we had the main of the event. Oh, weird. So this isn't everything, and they put it all in pieces, huh? Wow, that's pretty terrible. All right, so we'll work with it, but yeah, I didn't think that Deeb went first. All right, whatever. Then we party match, which is the one that I'm talking about that a lot of people had the issue with because of them dressed like Ghostbusters and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and all this other things. But I think that it was still it was fine. I mean, because it's Halloween, it's not huh. It's 4:30. Reason we just lost my connection on YouTube, so I won't be able to go back onto that. So that's fun. That's one thing that happens with trying to run everything on everything the way we have it all set up and everything. So it's a thing. So yeah, so then we had Bobby Fish versus CM Punk. Of course, CM Punk went over Bobby Fish. Then we had Sammy Guevara versus Ethan Page to determine if they were going to get a chance to fight against American Top Team and Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, but I can't think of the name of the group at the moment. It escapes me. But Sammy Guevara won, and it was basically the main thing takeaways. And then for Rampage, we had a really good match between Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson, which the American Dragon is really good. Really worth the time. Probably about 13 minutes. Definitely should watch it. Very brutal. Good match. Really strong. A lot of just good exchanges. He's a very solid wrestler. So that was both Eddie Kingston and, of course, Bryan Danielson. He's probably the best wrestler in the world. A lot of people have said that, and I think that's probably true. And then we had one of my favorites, Matt Sydal, against one half of the tag team, the High Flying Tag Team, which was really good. Dante Martin, and it was really good exchanges. And after all was said and done, Dante Martin won, and then we had Leo Rush come in and raise his hand. And after that, as our main event, we had Britt Baker, DMD, versus Abaddon. Abaddon is usually found on Dark, but not this week, which was interesting. It was a big fight. It was really good. And of course, there was no holds barred or no DQ. And Abaddon rolled out the thumbtacks attacks, which Britt Baker didn't really like, and they had a tough time breaking a table, so they tried to break it twice. With Britt Baker tried to use Abaddon to break the table twice, and neither time was that table willing to budge, so they just decided that maybe they should let the table win, and they just stopped going after it. Then we have on SmackDown, let's see. SmackDown, we had all right. So SmackDown. I don't know what that's about, but I'm gonna lots of YouTube stuff. But no, this is weird. The results, according to Ringside News. Here we go. We had, no, I guess that's got to run again. And we're not getting internet. I'm just having some problems. Here we go. All right. We had, what? Oh, you know what? Because I know why. Because it should have been the 30th. That's why. It would have been the 30th because it's SmackDown. I put in the information for AEW. But that will do that sometimes. So, yeah, that was my mistake. My bad. So let's see if I can get it now. All right, let's see. We'll go with Sportskeeda today. All right, so we had Charlotte kicked off SmackDown, declared herself as the leader of the women's division on the blue brand, as well as all of the WWE. Sasha Banks interrupted her and demanded a title match, but Flair said that it was a new era for SmackDown and that the boss was old news. Shotzi made her entrance in the tank, and Flair thought it was cute before giving her championship contenders match for the SmackDown women's title. So it was Shotzi versus Charlotte. And then we had Shotzi made her entrance in the tank. Okay, it bounced back. Sorry. So Shotzi all right. The match kicked off during the break, and Sasha was cheering Shotzi from ringside. When we returned, Flair Shotzi's offense early on, but the former NXT superstar came back with a basement drop kick for near fall. Charlotte dropped her on the corner, got a near fall on Shotzi before a later reverse suplex and a roll up for another 2 count. Flair went outside to taunt Banks while Shotzi was down, but the former NXT star got the drop on Charlotte with a dive through the ropes. Back after the break, Charlotte missed a dive. The outside took a super kick before missing a big boot in the ring. She was getting near fall after near fall, but Charlotte hit a backbreaker in the corner and got the moonsault for a 2 count. Banks caught a distraction on the apron that let Flair get an advantage, and Charlotte defeated Shotzi. Really? Fine clothes. Get out of the way. Then we had okay. Okay, so then you gotta go next. Then we had Jeff Hardy. He was backstage on SmackDown, and Corbin and Moss walked in to make a terrible Halloween joke before moving on. Then Brock Lesnar was fined $1 million on SmackDown, where he decided to give Brock Lesnar further punishment. Pierce fined Lesnar $1 million. Paul Heyman was in an interview and wondered why everyone kept asking about Brock Lesnar. He nervously denied knowing what Lesnar's response to the suspension and the $2 million fine will be, and says that Brock hasn't spoken to him at all before quickly walking away. It's kind of, not exactly true because he's been talking all the time. And so that's a thing. Drew McIntyre versus Mustafa Ali. So we had that. And McIntyre started off strong. And then eventually Ali tried to hold, but Drew reversed into the Kimura lock and made his opponent submit for a quick win. Drew McIntyre defeated Mustafa Ali. Then we had King Xavier's backstage on SmackDown and welcomed Hit Row to SmackDown before they dedicated a song to him and Kofi. King Xavier is out next to greet his real subjects and knighted Kofi, Sir Kofi, when the Usos came out to interrupt them. Usos called SmackDown the Bloodline show before the New Day challenged them to a trial by combat. The Usos took a shot at Kofi, and Woods chased them off with his scepter before we moved on to recap of the Raw season premiere from this week. Then we got Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs versus Happy Corbin and Madcap Mox. That was they're live to face Happy Corbin and Madcap Mox in a trick or treat match or fight. Nakamura and Boogs were dominating early on and later went outside to play guitar for no real reason. Corbin attacked Boogs from behind and took him out. Shortly after, the 24/7 champ Reggie and the title chasers rushed into the ring. Glad I didn't see this. Getting tired. The 24/7 thing, they either need to figure out some way to put more life into it or they need to kill it with fire. Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Okay. Continued after the break on SmackDown. Boogs was in the ring being beaten with kendo sticks. Corbin and Moss tried to send Shinsuke through a table, but Boogs saved him before taking control in the ring. Nakamura came back with a kendo stick before Moss was taken out by who took end of days from Corbin. So, yep, Moss pinned him for the win. Yep, so Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss defeated Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Shayna Baszler was set for a match with Naomi when she came out and said that she would fill in as a referee since there was none available. And, of course, the match started on SmackDown, continued, and DeVille was favoring Shayna as Naomi came in with the Hurricanrana and sent Baszler in the corner. The Queen of Spades got control of a distraction, but Naomi managed to reverse it into a pin. DeVille did not count when Naomi but counted lightning fast when Shayna had the former women's champion Shoulders on the mat. Shayna Baszler defeats Naomi. After the match, Naomi went after Sonya, but Baszler locked in the Kirifuda clutch to make her pass out. Then, of course, we had the New Day versus the Usos. And Jay kicked off the match, and Woods was in control early on before tagging in Kofi Kingston. Got a near fall on Jay before Jimmy came to the double team. Kofi went for the trust fall from up high, but the Usos caught him and bumped the timekeeper's area. Back after a break on SmackDown, Woods got a near fall on Jimmy before continuing the onslaught. Jimmy took a big move from Woods for being dumped over the ropes. Jay sneaked the tag and came in with a neck breaker for a near fall. Yeah, my computer's taking a minute too long. Jey Uso was taunting King Woods in the ring before Sir Kofi was tagged in on SmackDown. Kofi missed the Trouble of Paradise and caught a pop-up Samoan drop. Kofi took the double super kicks but kicked out of the pin. King Woods was tagged back, but the Usos didn't see it and tried to pin Kofi off another super kick. King Woods sneaked in and rolled Jimmy up for the win in the main event of SmackDown. So the result was that the New Day defeated the Usos. And I think again, if I remember correctly. So as far as what is happening tonight, we will go through that right now. And I don't even know if Raw card for 11-1. Oh, sorry, 01-21. Let's see what we got. So the match card tonight, according to WWE, which will be starting in 9 minutes from now. Must have. It's not. I don't know. Raw preview, November 1st, Becky Lynch's Raw Women's title match against Bianca Belair to kick off Raw tonight, which I thought they did already, but I guess they didn't. I'm guessing that Becky Lynch will retain, but and then Seth Rollins is coming after night as well, so the Dream Couple, I guess, are going to be going at it. And then there's a bunch. After that, there's 3 more hours to fill. We don't know how they're going to fill it. I think I like AEW's where you know exactly what is on the card each and every time you go. So you know this person's going to be in action. This is going to happen. And you don't have to have a lot of talking to build up your spots, which I think is better. So, yeah. Sorry that we started late, but that's how everything went down. But thanks for tuning in, and I will see. Oh, wait. Please, if you want to help us out, you can go on to tpublic.com/stores/gaming GAMING-FIX. That's tpublic.com/stores/gaming-FIXX. And there you can find curated t-shirts, and all of that money goes to us. If you really want to help us out, you can go on to patreon.com/. yeah, slash Real Gaming Fix, and for just $1, $5, $10, you can really help us out, and we can make you better programming, and we really appreciate that. And have a good night, everybody, and enjoy your raw.